Hey guys, what's up? PGW 2015 has come and gone, well at least the part I cared about, which was Sony's press conference. But I've been asked to share my thoughts and opinions from a few different people, and I was going to do that anyway, so I'm going to share my thoughts and opinions with you guys about what Sony showed and presented, and I'll tell you guys right now, it's not all good stuff. So I'm going to start with the bad stuff first, the stuff I didn't really like, the stuff that didn't really tickle my fancy, so to speak. Starting with Street Fighter 5, I know people are going to hate me for this. I just gotta say, I'm pretty disappointed. I was big into Street Fighter as a kid. I mean, once Mortal Kombat came out and got popular, that kind of became my main fighting game, but I was hoping that the next gen Street Fighter would sort of revitalize my passion for the series. Based on what I've seen so far, there's just no spark there. I mean, I'll say that the Dhalsim trailer seemed pretty awesome. He was always a favorite character of mine, but it just didn't do it for me. It wasn't enough to get me excited. So I'm a little disappointed that the new Street Fighter, just isn't doing it for me. I could probably say the same for Tekken 7 as well. It was a cool announcement. I'm eager to see and hear how the VR technology will work with the fighting game, but I've never really been a huge Tekken fan, so for me it's really hard to get excited for it. Speaking of Tekken and VR though, I was joking with my friends about it and I was like, it's going to be dangerous because you're going to have this headset on, you're not going to be aware, and you're going to go to throw a punch and your fist is going to end up going through your TV or friggin' knocking your little brother out or some shit like that. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, how exactly they're going to pull that off. Another disappointment for me was Drive Club bikes. Not that I dislike the idea or the presentation or anything at all. I think it's cool to have bikes in Drive Club. I just dislike the fact that it's a $20 add-on. I mean, I don't expect it to be free, but $20 for me, that just doesn't justify it. So that was a little disappointing for me. The biggest disappointment for me, though, out of the whole show was Dreams. I had some hype for this game, and I hate to say it, but the demo they showed basically killed all my hype. I've never really been a fan of Media Molecule, and I was hoping this game could have changed that, but in reality I feel like I'm losing more and more interest every time I see more or hear about this game. The only thing that I can say that might save this game for me is when it's released, if I start seeing other people, using it, then I might get inspired, or I might, want to try it out, but as of right now, it's just completely off my radar. But that's pretty much it for the bad stuff, so now let's talk about the goodies. First off, the Star Wars Battlefront trailer got me super hyped. I mean, there really isn't much more to say about it. I've been looking forward to this game for 10 years. I enjoyed the beta. The launch trailer just looked amazing, so I'm looking forward to that. The Uncharted 4 multiplayer trailer impressed me a lot more than I thought it would. I'm not a huge fan of Uncharted multiplayer or The Last of Us multiplayer. I dabbled in them a little bit, and they play well, but they just weren't my cup of tea as far as competitive gaming goes. But Uncharted 4 actually looks like it could be a lot of fun, so I'm looking forward to the beta, which by the sounds of it might be an open beta, I'm not exactly sure. But either way, at least we'll be able to see some more footage and get a better idea of its pace and things like that. So I am looking forward to that. Another game I know almost everyone, including members of the Xbox community, is excited for is Horizon Zero Dawn. And although we didn't get to see anything really new, what was shown was just, it looked amazing. And I mean, this game looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping at PSX we get some sort of story trailer or something that better explains the plot of the game, because as of right now it's pretty vague as to what's really going on. Either way, the presentation shown in Paris was pretty cool. But anyways, the one that blew me away the most was Detroit Becoming Human. Now, a day before PGW, I tweeted out that Quantic Dream was going to blow us away, and in all honesty, I think out of everything shown, that might have left the most lasting impression on me. I mean, if this game turns out to be a third-person action-adventure, open-world game set in future Detroit, well, I think that's just a recipe for something special, and based on the trailer, that's kind of the impression I got from it, so hopefully, come PSX, we'll be able to see a glimpse of some gameplay if we're lucky. But yeah, totally love that trailer, really cool stuff. So, sounds like it's got a deep and meaningful story, the narrative sounds great, the graphics look amazing. Everything just looks like it. The recipe is there for this to be a great game. It could have been running in engine. If that's the case, then this could be a very impressive looking game. I mean, I just liked everything I saw about it. It was a really nice showing. Glad Quantic Dream is putting out something that's got my attention. Wild is another game that had an impressive showing in my opinion, but I'm not sold on it yet. The game in theory looks and sounds cool, but in actual practice, I'm not sure if it will live up to its potential. At least not for me, but regardless of that, I'd still like to see more. I'm just kind of on the fence with this one, to be honest, at this point. So yeah, after all that, I mean, I was pretty hyped, and seriously, I haven't even gotten to the stuff that hyped me up the most yet, and that's the PlayStation VR games. Now, I know there's a lot of people skeptical You know, they're not sold on the technology yet, but seriously, take it from someone who's worn the device, who's used the device. This shit is for real. Riggs Mechanized Combat League is going to be insanely fun. And I already know this. I haven't played it yet, but I already know this, and I'm looking forward to it. My only concern is whether or not there will be enough content within the game to keep people playing it, you know, several months down the line or whatever. It needs to have multiple maps, multiple game modes, characters, or whatever it may be, in order to keep it fresh and entertaining for people. But it's going to be fun regardless, whether it's only fun for a week or it's fun for 8 months. People are going to have a blast when they start playing and experience. I mean, it's initially just going to blow people away. No Man's Sky got a release date for 2016 in June, which in my opinion pretty much confirms that it's going to be coming to PlayStation VR as well. I think that will be a pretty awesome experience to be able to travel to nearly endless amount of worlds in virtual reality and actually explore each environment as if you're actually there. I mean, it's going to be a total mind trip, and it's probably going to help put VR units into people's homes, because I know there's a lot of people looking forward to No Man's Sky. It's probably one of the most hyped games for next spring, and its potential ties, and I say potential because it hasn't been officially confirmed, but its potential ties with PSVR is going to help both the hardware and the game sell a buttload of units. But as far as the VR games go, there was one that stood out to me the most, and that was Robinson the Journey. Oh my god, that game looked freaking amazing. I mean, Crytek is known for delivering the most top-notch graphics, and for a VR game to have that level of detail makes me very excited for the potentials of this technology's future. The whole, you know, Simon Says style of gameplay is not entirely fascinating to me, but I'd be willing to purchase this game just to be able to be among those dinosaurs in that forest, because, I mean, if this game runs smoothly and it looks as good as it did in that trailer, it will undoubtedly be a breathtaking and jaw-dropping experience. And I know this because, like I said, I've used PlayStation VR, so I know how immersive it really is, and this game just looks like pure win to me. I mean, I still think it's cool going to the zoo and seeing lions in an enclosure, but fuck, if this game makes me feel like I'm walking among dinosaurs, I mean, I can't imagine. There's nothing else that can compare to that. That's just a brand new experience that, you know, I need to feel. I need to experience that. So I'm totally hyped for that. That looked great. I can't wait to see more of Robinson the Journey. But as far as my overall impressions, I think it was an outstanding show. They showed stuff that appeals to pretty much everyone. They refreshed us on projects we already knew about. They announced new projects, and they made sure that VR got a good amount of time in the spotlight as well, which that alone made me very happy. Now, all of us PlayStation fans can look forward to PSX in December. We're going to see more of the same things we saw at PGW, plus several new things. So in the comments below, I want to know, first off, what was your favorite part of PGW? And secondly, what do you expect to see at PSX? PSX. If I were to make a couple predictions right now for PSX, I think it would be safe to say we're going to see a new God of War title from Sony Santa Monica. We might see a Crash Bandicoot remake. There's a possibility of a Red Dead Redemption remake or a sequel. And I believe we're going to see more Horizon Zero Dawn, whether it's a story trailer or different types of gameplay. I feel we're going to see more Uncharted 4. And I think we're going to get some pretty huge announcements too, such as the possibility of PS2 backwards compatibility, the ability to change our PSN names. So yeah, lots of stuff to look forward to potentially. I think it's probably going to be the biggest and best gaming event of 2015 bar none. But yeah, leave your thoughts below. I would like to know what you guys think, and I'd like to thank you all for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, it would be sweet if you liked and subscribed if you're new. But that's going to be it for me for now. I'm Vile Self. Later, villains.